Welcome racing fans to motorsportsradio.net for February the 1st. On this fine Thursday, there is beef. Well, kinda. Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. We'll start with Kyle Busch. Busch troubled with NASCAR's marketing of its young drivers. Busch says it is bothersome. We've paid our dues and our sponsors have and everything else, and all you're doing is advertising all these younger guys for fans to figure out and pick up on and choose as their favorite driver. This was at a preseason NASCAR meeting last week. But Kyle Busch is actually kind of funny, especially when he's irritated. But Busch said beforehand, obviously it's a unique opportunity for me, being one of the elder statesmen, if you will, being able to kind of lead our younger guys. Busch has led some young guys, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez in the Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell in the Truck Series. Christopher Bell getting called up to the Xfinity Series for 2018. Busch also says, I guess one thing that can be said is probably the young guys are bullied into doing more things than the older guys are because we say no a lot more because we've been there, done that, and have families, things like that, and want to spend more time at home. Understandable. Busch then pointed out, in his opinion, that the marketing of the young drivers is not fair. By things, meaning, signing autographs, maybe meeting up with the fans, a commercial here or there, a little extracurricular activity, if you will, off the track. Well, then Ryan Blaney comes in and says, I feel like if some drivers were more willing to do these things, they'd be asked more to do it. Because it is good for the sport and myself. Ryan Blaney then points out that Busch doesn't like to do a lot of stuff, so they don't ask him. Then says, so that kind of made me upset how he bashed that part of it, but to each his own. If he doesn't want to do anything, so be it. So there you go. NASCAR Executive Vice President and Chief Global Sales and Marketing Officer Steve Phelps was on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Sirius XM Speedway, and he says it's all about our drivers, our crew chiefs, and our crews, and everyone that makes this sport go. The drivers really start with our veteran drivers, Hall of Fame drivers like Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Brett Keselowski, and Joey Logano. All these guys are such an important part of everything we do and should be. But we also need to expose these young drivers so our fans understand who they are. They're authentic, they want to win on the racetrack, and they're just fantastic drivers. It's a mix of veterans and young guys. So there you go. A lot of sports are like that. Ryan Blaney hosts the Glass of Case of Motions podcast on NASCAR.com. Interacts with fans on social media. Also appeared in the show Watch What Happens Live on Bravo. Will appear on an upcoming episode of Taken on NBC. And was in Cars 3 as a voice provider. And then a pizza party at Texas Motor Speedway. So there you go. Source, AutoWeek.com and NASCAR.com. This is Manny Allegretta, and this is MotorsportsRadio.net.